ask you about architecture. So one of the grandest things about Europe, why people go visit, is the history that they can gather from the architecture you still find there. And a lot of times we see this in the cathedrals. Um, for instance, Saint Pierre Cathedral, where Calvin ministered at, uh, was built in 1150. Took about 100 years to build. It's not the grandest cathedral in Europe. I just love Calvin, so that's why I brought this up. And it's actually funny when I went to go look at the year and how long it took. One of the announcements on the page was that early 2000, I think it was not 2000, May of 2020, there was actually on the schedule a Catholic mass that was going to happen, the first in like 400 and something years, but it was canceled due to COVID. And then they tried to reschedule it, and then it got postponed again, and then now it's just postponed till whenever. And
Yeah.
I just thought Calvin's probably doing a little dance in his grave about that. But I know Christ Church is going to be building a building. You guys have put that out, and it's a
Right.
great building. It's not how the seeker sensitive Willow Creek churches are being built. It's not gonna have a bowling alley. It's not gonna have it's much more this old style.
Right.
Why is that? What was the thinking? What's the worldview behind something like that? That makes you build a building that may take decades or so to build.
Yeah. So the worldview assumption behind it is the architectural adage that form follows function. So what is the church building for? Now, and I want to narrow the question down to more narrow than what are all buildings for, because all buildings are to keep the rain off and the heat in. So there's that function that every building has, but libraries have a certain function. Gymnasiums have a certain function. The church has a certain function, and the form that the building takes should follow that function. So Winston Churchill once said, first we shape our buildings, and then our buildings shape us. So what happens is you ask, what is the church for? Why do we gather? And we don't gather to keep the rain off and the heat in. We hope that happens while we're there, but our purpose of gathering is to gather around word and sacrament. Okay, so a synagogue is a gathering, a congregation. Ecclesia means called out ones. So we are building our church, if the Lord wills, in a landscape configuration, not a portrait configuration. And we're doing that so that the congregation can gather around the pulpit and the table. Right. So because that's what we are, is we're a gathering. So when the call to worship is declared, God's people come in and they gather around what we have to offer them, which is word and water, bread and wine.
And why have we abandoned that sort of beauty and purpose in our architecture? We have a lot of square buildings, right angles. We don't want to do the work of the upkeep or whatever it is that kind of goes into that. What has shifted in the Western world?
I think what shifted is that Americans are pragmatic utilitarians, and what a bunch of them noticed is, hey, this building is sitting unused Monday afternoon, so let's build a multi-purpose facility. We can raise the basketball hoops for Sunday and have our service, and then lower the hoops again, or we can do something where we can squeeze every ounce of value out of this building all the time because of our utilitarianism. If the building is just sitting there empty with a tall steeple glorifying God, we don't think that's good enough.